7, March 4th, 2014, with an interesting find. Interesting series of events unraveling here over Crimea. Is Crimea the focus point of war over all these political reasons that they're giving us? Or is it more than that? Now, what you're looking at in front of you right now is not the actual picture, because these pyramids that have been found in Crimea, the oldest on the planet, are underground. Now, I know this sounds crazy to many people right now. How come you've never heard of this? Well, the reason, if you do your research on this, is because of funding and because nobody really wanted to mess with it.
Ghost said that the pyramid was built during the time of the dinosaurs. Heads up!
The guy that found these was looking for water, building different contraptions, and stumbled upon these pyramids by accident and found a shaft that went straight down into the middle of one, where they claim also that there was the mummy of an unknown creature. That makes the story even more interesting. Like I said, you can Google it and look up many links. Regardless of any detail, my point is they're there. He pulled in people from around the world. They acknowledged that these pyramids in Crimea are the oldest on the planet. But they're buried by sediment, clay, and one of them is underwater, as you can see right here. Now, how interesting is it that all of this stuff breaks loose about the Ukraine, and Russia doesn't rush across the border to secure its pipelines or anything else? They swoop into this one area right here in Crimea and heavily fortify this whole end. And where is Russia's huge fleet based at? Right there. This is the shaft that leads down to the top of this pyramid. They said that it's got a truncated top, kind of like a Mayan pyramid, but the outside shaped, not stepped, but slanted like a regular pyramid. Now, they can't get any precise photos of this, like I said, because it's underground, just by using equipment. And another interesting characteristic about this is they did all of these tests and found that the frequencies of 900 by 109 hertz and 700 by 109 and 500 by 109 were being emitted by 3 different beams, and that the whole field around the pyramid was 10 by 109 hertz. These were the interesting characteristics found. Now, the guy that found these, in this article, this guy's doing a story on him. He touches on it from, an outside perspective and gives his honest opinion that they're there, but he also doubles in some of the claims that, like, this guy that found them right here says that there was 30-some pyramids found all across Crimea, but these were of the most significant right here in this region. Now, all of this information is just mind-blowing. You can't make this stuff up. Here we have World War III about to break loose, and you want to tell me that all of a sudden the world's oldest pyramids are sitting right at the heart of this? And you've got more Russian troops centered down here defending this whole block than anywhere else. They've got some posts up here by the border, but they are hunkered in down here around this. It's just an interesting observation, to say the least. And I'm going to tell you this, I know soldier buddies straight up that were in Iraq and came back and have told me that they pulled things and dug things out of that desert in Iraq that are not supposed to be known by man. And you do your research, you're gonna find they found what was it, the the burial place of Gilgamesh and the ancient cities in Baghdad. All of this stuff they've uncovered. They're going to war to find these ancient technologies, in my belief. And like I've said it before, and I'll say it again, these pyramids had a lot to do with something in the balance of this planet, and it's being kept secret big time. I'll leave links to all this, guys. Literally just breaking ground on this. Underground pyramids, the oldest in the world. And if you go digging, you're going to find that there's not a lot of information because they don't know. And when this guy went to the researchers, they kind of turned a cheek to it. I don't know, if I was an institute, I would think that they would be all over it. But once again, he kept saying it all came down to money. Yes, it always does. And no one had the money to do it. Well, Obama's pledging $1 billion to the Ukraine, as I just seen come across the ticker, guys. What do you got to say about that with your tax dollars? A $1 billion loan to the Ukraine. Maybe they can go dig them up then with that money, since we're paying for it, huh? I'll leave links, as always. Eyes open. Till next time, Dabu 7. Peace.
Hey, Maria in Central Florida, guess what?
What's up, Diane?
Hey, there's going to be another asteroid tomorrow. That's, again, a new asteroid only 44,000 miles from the Earth's surface orbit. Wow, huh? So heads up.
Okay, heads up.
Are you going to watch for it?
Yeah, I'll watch for it.
Alrighty then. A space rock named 2014 EC discovered on March 5th, estimated to be 13 to 45 feet wide, will give Earth a close shave on March 6th. This is the second asteroid that has flown between the Earth and the Moon in consecutive days. Heads up, let's run the footage. Alrighty, this is off of space.com. Here we go. The other asteroid, the DX asteroid that went by, supposedly flew by in daylight. We didn't see it, I guess. And it flew by around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we didn't get to see that one. So maybe we'll see the next one. Okay, let's run. We're going to run the footage in a second. Let's run the footage. Wow, that looks very close. That is a close shave. Look at that. Very close. Look at that. Look. Uh-oh. Look right there. What was that? Wow. I mean, it's right on top of us. Heads up! Remember, there's 18 of those things. Like in 1 week. Wow.
Okay, if things couldn't get any stranger, I don't know if there's anything to this or not. It's this information kind of popped up on one of the feeds I watched, not a YouTube or Google feed, but just my feed in general, and so I thought I'd make a quick video out of it. This is a CNET article. Lab making salami out of Jennifer Lawrence. Bite Labs insist it is growing meat from celebrity tissue samples. Oh, of course, Kanye is one of them. It seems hard to swallow. And if you scroll down, it's dated February 27th, 2014. Eat celebrity meat. Bite Labs grows meat from celebrity tissue samples and uses it to make artisanal salami. Here's Bite Labs website. You've never experienced celebrities like this. Celebrity. It all starts with your favorite celebrities and a quick biopsy to obtain tissue samples. And then culture. Isolating muscle stem cells, we grow celebrity meat in our proprietary bioreactors. Meats in the tradition of Italian cured meats. We dry, age, and spice our product into fine, whatever that word is. Charcuterie? I don't know what that word is. And it says, learn more about our process. Bite Labs produces fine meat. Okay, I'm not going to read it all. Of course, I don't know why Winston Churchill's there. Maybe they've got him, a lot of his tissue samples saved, and we can actually order up some Churchill. In 1931, Winston Churchill predicted a future in which all the world's meat would be grown in labs. What, he asked, was the sense in raising a whole chicken merely for the sake of its wings or breast meat? I don't know if he predicted that or not. He may well have. Imagine meat like never before. You can check it out. I'll put links in the below. Get back to the article. The article writer comes at it from a skeptical perspective. Whenever someone tells me they're serious, I'm wary. Whenever someone tells me they're 100% serious, I imagine their nose is at twice the length. So when I hear that Bite Labs is making salami out of celebrity tissue, I reach for a precautionary Kleenex. Bite Labs offers an impressive headline. Eat celebrity meat. After all, it's what we do every day. I mean, if you watch the Grammys, not that I did, but if you see clips of the Grammys or the, what did they just have, the Oscars, and I couldn't, it was on the TV for a little while the other night as I was walking through the house, and I mean, it's like the fans are just screaming. I don't know if they pay these people, or I would think not, to sit there and just scream and have little orgasms when their favorite celebrity walks out. I just don't know. I mean, this world is really getting strange. I mean, you know that. So I'm just kind of scanning down through here. I'm going to start reading right here. Motherboard managed to chat with the man behind Bite Labs. He goes by the name Kevin. He explained that he is 100% serious. He added, each salami will have roughly 30% celebrity meat and 40% lab-grown animal meats. We're currently looking into ostrich and venison, but pork and beef are more popular in our early research. The rest will consist of fats and spices. This breakdown comes from consultation with expert food designers and chefs. Kevin also admitted to being inspired by Google, aren't we all, and its edifying Google burger. I'm not familiar with that. There doesn't yet appear to be actual agreement from these stars. Personally, though, I cannot wait to try whatever that word is. Oh my God. The pictures are there and here on there. Here's James Franco. He's sexy. He's artsy. Let's make him salami. I don't know who this guy is. I mean, I'm so out of touch with celebrities. You know, this may well be a huge hoax. I mean, you know, probably is, but I mean, I bet there's, even if it is a hoax, there's tons of people out there that's just, their mouth is watering just imagining this, you know, and maybe they'll get to become just a little bit like their favorite celebrity. It's eco-friendly. Celebrity meat production requires less than 1% of the amount of land needed for traditional farming. Currently, 70% of the world's farmland, almost 30% of the entire Earth's surface, is used for raising animals. Meat production today is simply unsustainable. Unless a radical change is made, the price of meat will eventually rise out of control. Lab-grown meats are the future. And health. Oh, it's got to be good for you, I'm sure. Bite Labs meats are not affected by growth hormones administered to farm animals, nor are they in contact with pesticides or other chemicals. Not just if it was real, it's just they're chock full of vaccines and poison, fluoride, GMO food, all the chemtrail residue. It's just chock. Well, I guess the rest of our meat is too, but as far as a lot of that goes, but. Farms are dirty and animals prone to infection. Bite Labs is a clean space where we can grow safer, healthier products. You know. I mean, I'm just going to stay in it here for a minute. Get involved is the tab. Help get us here. We can hashtag eat celebrity meat. I mean, get on Twitter and do that, or whatever that hashtag means there. I'm not even up on Twitter either. I guess there's a picture back to the article of them actually doing it. Yeah. Well, and you know, here's Chris. This is the writer of the article, so it's not somebody that is to do with Bite Labs. Okay, so I was getting ready to go off on the wrong tangent there. Okay, so that's enough about this, but check it out if you want to. I mean, how much sicker can we get? I'm sure we'll find out soon. All right, take care.
March 5th, 2014. These are Earth-facing images from LASCO C2, guys. Notice the date, the 4th. We had the 3 CMEs last night. The day on the 5th, we've had 2 more. Now, the strongest was a backside flare on the other side of the sun. The upper flare, we will see some effects. It basically is aimed over the Earth, and I can show you that on stereo A and B. We still have these 2 dark brown filaments. You see that, guys? The dark purple section in the top is a coronal hole. You get a lot of heat in our solar stream from that, also on the bottom. But these 2 filaments, we're going to have to watch them. They're still growing, they're still intact, but there's still a lot of motion inside those. Now, I want to switch to the stereo site. You've got 2 cameras, one on either side of the sun, opposite Earth, guys. Stereo behind is following Earth. Earth is right there. You can't see it, but we're in geosynchronous orbit, trailing it. We're behind Earth. That's where the name comes from. We're moving counterclockwise. A is the opposite. It's ahead of Earth, geosynchronous orbit, there. We're looking back from A as they both move, again, counterclockwise. That's telling you, as you see that burst out the top on both of the satellites, that it's a radial burst. We will see effects, but the powerful CME is on the opposite side of the Earth. Notice this on stereo A, there. Left side, though, is the Earth side. The bottom side, and it's a good thing because that was a strong coronal mass ejection. You see that, guys? But again, the top flare you see come out on the 4th and 5th. Those are the ones that we got to watch. Now, they're impacting Earth. They've already hit our satellites. We had a 6.2 already this morning. I'll show you that on the earthquake charts. Now, here in the bottom, this is A, same satellites. There's the object coming in that, I'm not sure if it's a comet, guys, or a large asteroid. I do not know yet. I've looked at 25 or 26 JPL models of things in that area. Nothing matches the pattern of any comets that I see. Close up, it does not have the characteristics of a comet. It looks more like a tumbling asteroid. Again, I'm not sure. I have went through several hours of JPL models to identify this. I'm going to switch to the other side of the sun, to B. Now, it's finally coming in here. That helps you triangulate. In other words, you have two satellites. We don't have an exact fix. But, again, it's coming into the bottom right. Headed up, directed towards Earth. Now, the reason Earth is not moving is because we're in geosynchronous orbit behind it, following it counterclockwise around the sun. I'll pull this up and kind of give you a little closer image, because now we can see it on both satellites. Bottom right-hand corner is the object, and in the top left corner, a very fast-moving sun-diving comet came in on the other side of the Earth and under it and struck the sun. That started some of this new activity we've seen in the last few days. It does it every time. If the comet's large enough, again, watch left side of the screen. The line is Earth that you're seeing there. That is the marker for Earth. And I'm going to slow this down. Kind of comes out of nowhere. It wasn't a named comet or named object, but it definitely looks like our debris is picking up. We've seen sundivers before. Again, I'm going to zoom this up and slow it down, guys. Check this out. Came in fast. You only get a few frames as it lights up. See that? Had quite an impact. Again, if you can see objects on this satellite, they're usually pretty large, because you see the Earth there. The moon is large, but you don't see the moon. One reason is the glow of our atmosphere, but just the size of these objects. This is a close-up of what's coming under Earth. Now, again, we've got two satellite images, and that slight angle, guys, but not for sure. I can't locate it yet on the JPL. If you can find it, let me know. But guys, here's the quake listed today. Now, this is unusual, this Avalon, California quake offshore 5.0 in itself. You had some other pressure points there on the ring of fire, but again, the Avalon quake kind of is surprising. You've also got a few smaller quakes in that area. All of this is on the San Andreas. Now, that one's in Alaska, and I want to come back to that in just a moment, that fault zone, not that particular quake. But something very important happened, and I talked about it. It was the 1959 quake up in Yellowstone that dammed up the river and made Quake Lake, guys. There's color images still of that. But this 6.3 in Vanuatu is, if you match up that 5.3, that's when that the solar flares, the CMEs that were coming in last night, that passed over the A satellite just before that. And that's what I think is again, the pressure on Earth is increasing. We've got these other two new ones that are not picking up yet. The only thing on Flare Tracker is the backside flare. The two last night were Earth facing. They will have effects on Earth, as you see already. Now, that that quake up in Alaska, the reason I want to come back to that is in that 1959 7.3, I think it was, that hit Yellowstone, killed some folks up there, made Quake Lake again. 2 days before that, there was a 7.1 or 2 quake on that fault zone in Alaska, in the top, in that orange dot. Now, that fault zone is the main one that controls Yellowstone, guys. You look around, you see there's geothermal rising of up to 28 inches in the last 10 years. Now they've said that it's the magma field there is as large as it was during the last explosion. And there's some very interesting images that I'm going to have on a Yellowstone video. But again, that fault zone in Alaska had a 7.0 just before Yellowstone blew with the geothermal explosion and earthquake in 1959. So it was a precursor. You understand what I'm saying? As the ring of fire got upper pressure there, Alaska shifted, Yellowstone shifted. Also, today at 4 o'clock, I think that's Central. I'll double check. Start watching at about 3. The virtual telescope side again will be attempting to track the 2014 DX-110 asteroid that was just discovered coming between us and the moon. The news is reporting a 30-foot rock. It's more like 40 meters, which is 120 feet. Either way, we hope it misses us. Look, again, if they tell you to look right, watch your left side, heads up.